Hey Tanya, I'm so glad you could jump on this call with me. I hear you've been having such amazing results. Patching, would you mind sharing a bit with us?
Yeah, thank you, Almin, for having me. It's awesome to be on the call with you. So, my results have been menopause related. So, I started patching because of menopause. I was experiencing last year, I was experiencing tremendous pain in my body, discomfort in my body. So, my joints, my knees, a real ache, something I can't really describe to somebody unless they've actually experienced it. And it felt like it was deep, deep, deep in my bones. And it was terribly, terribly uncomfortable. And I was getting to the point of when I was sleeping at night, having to waking up in extreme discomfort, and then I would literally drink a panado. Now I'm somebody that doesn't take medication by choice, of course, because everything's by choice, right? And so I was getting to having to drink one panado because I don't like taking two, one panado every night just to sleep. And I just thought, what is my life gotten to? Because it was that sore that I would be crying from it. It was really driving me to tears. And this was a new sensation, a new experience entirely for me because I don't have any ailments. I don't have any illnesses, ailments, whatever to speak of. And I've always been relatively active and physically active. I go to gym 5 days a week when I can, and I train. And it was getting to the point where I would explain it to my husband, and he would say, well, maybe you should just train harder. Or I was like, no, okay. I felt like slapping him. That's where the menopause comes in. Anyway, and so, yeah, I was just feeling really under the weather. And when I looked at what was causing this, because of course we're all researchers, right? And I went and looked, and I discovered that when a woman reaches a certain age, so mid 40s to 50s, your progesterone and your estrogen like decreases significantly, and it can cause severe ache in the body, in the bones. What I was talking about, it was like it felt to me like in my bones, and also because your calcium depletes so much in this phase as well. So I felt like it was drawing all this calcium out of my body. So it was extremely uncomfortable. And yeah, I was waking up drinking a panado at night, and I was also experiencing terrible mood swings, very interrupted sleep, not sleeping well at all, night sweats. Oh, night sweats, terrible. And then hot flushes. So this was all new to me, and I thought, my word, this is really not for sissies. And then when I looked further, it said it can last for 20 years into your 60s. And I thought, no,
That's
please
a
no.
long time.
And I just thought, no, this, like, I can't be at this stage of my life thinking I have to experience this every day now for like 20 years. I can't even fathom what that must feel like. So a friend of mine said to me, you should find out about these stem cell patches. And I was like, what? Tell me about this. And she sent me the link, and we logged on to a presentation like we have. And I sat through this presentation, and I saw it, and I just thought, what is this? Like, could this be true? Could this be real? Like, if this is what it says it is, this is revolutionary to humankind, not just my little menopause. And I did my own research looking into stories about menopause, and then discovered, well, a lot of women were saying it helps, and some were saying their hormones balance in 2 weeks. 5 weeks, 7 weeks. So I thought, okay, there's no harm. I'm trying this because it's drug free, and I'm all about drug free. So I ordered them. They arrived on the Friday. I literally started patching on the Saturday, and 3 days into patching, all the pain, discomfort, ache in my body just stopped. It was like somebody turned the dial on a, you know how you turn the volume up on a radio? Just turned it off. Like a light switch. Gone.
And you felt like you were living in
And
a different body.
yeah, it just felt to me like incredible. I thought, no, could this be like real? You know how you try reinvent the ache and you think, okay, I'm feeling it, like what's going on here? And then it was just gone. And then I did experience extreme tired, which they say is very, very good actually, because your body is healing and it's balancing. So I went from extreme tired to extreme energy, like sustained energy, like just this absolute, peak in energy. So I was hitting the 3 o'clock slump, where I had no more energy in the afternoons. My daughter would know. We gym together, and she was like, we just don't do gym in the afternoons because mom's like out of it. And I suddenly had this energy in the afternoon. My brain fog, which is something that comes with menopause, it's like this. I don't even know how to describe it. You can only describe it once you've experienced it. And it's like porridge brain. You know, when you're pregnant and you get that kind of porridge brain and you put the kettle inside the fridge type vibes, and you're like, what am I doing? So it's that kind of almost confusion and brain fog. Like, really, I would walk somewhere and go, why did I come here? And I would forget my train of thought. And I thought, oh my word, like, what's going on? That lifted in the first week. It just like, shoo, and it just lifted. I felt incredible. And yeah, just drank lots of water. So continued patching. And long story short, just everything started changing. The ache, as I said, stopped in 3 days. The brain fog lifted in the first week. 2 weeks I hit, and I still was having hot flashes. Then I thought, okay, well, 5 weeks, because someone else had it at 5 weeks. I hit 5 weeks, I still had hot flashes. And then at 7 weeks, I thought, okay, this is it now. It's going to happen. And I still had hot flashes. My body at 9 weeks stopped hot flashes.
Wow.
And the night sweats stopped. And I just thought, wow, this is like a game changer, like next level game changer. And I just haven't been the same, in a good way.
Yeah.
So I can honestly say this has been revolutionary, life-changing for me. Any woman that has experienced it, night sweats and the ache and menopause, girls, you know what I'm talking about. There's just, you can't, I would pay huge money to just have it end. And I don't have to, because this product is so affordable, especially when you are looking at doing the business side of things. I don't know if you want me to say that or not, but literally it pays for itself. And I thought, if I just do enough, that I could have this every single day for me and my family, and it has this impact on my life, then that's what I want to do. And I want to share it with other people. And that's what I did. And so, yeah, menopause is something of the past. I have moved a few times in the last very short period of time. I've had 2 big moves, which is a huge adjustment to the body. They say it's one of the top 3, right, where stress is concerned. So when I moved, I have this fluctuation where my hot flashes like come back.
Okay.
But it lasts a very short period of time. And I can say that with certainty now, because it's your body going, hey, what have you done? You're in a new environment. Are you sure this is what you want to be doing? Like, should we be
Yeah,
fighting or
there's
flighting? And
emotional stresses and physical stresses. Your body is still human. You're still living in a human body, which acts and reacts
yes,
normally. You just have all of this help now.
yeah. And so I found that although it went up and I was experiencing the hot flashes again, it must have subsided after 3 weeks. I would say 3 to 4 weeks. So if you take a lifespan of almost 50 years, okay, I'm 47. So I always say I'm bordering 50. But, and I go, if I have that for such a lifespan, such a long time, what is 3 or 4 weeks actually? And it's my body communicating to me, just simply saying, hey, you've had a bit of a tough time. Let's just figure this out, work together. But I just know I keep patching every day, put on the patch, and it works. And they have subsided. And I feel like a new person. This energy that I have, that you have, that we have this sustained energy, I can work like this till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Like that is life changing. That is production, and I can be focused and I don't have that brain fog. Like, what was I now doing again? Or like no, I'm like very boom, boom, boom. So for me, it's been a game changer. I know this sharing this right now is going to be so wonderful to be able to send it on to people in the same boat, because that's life, it's age, and we are physical bodies, and this is what happens to us women. And you don't have to be this way. We don't have to feel this way, and this helps 100%. And I can truly, honestly say that my life is better, different, wonderful because of these patches and the X39. And that's what it's done for me. It is a game changer. And I always say to people, it's life changing technology with fast results. Again, a 50-year, 47-year span, and it worked in 9 weeks. And the second time within 3 to 4 weeks. Like, hello, who doesn't want that? And I'm sleeping really well. So, yeah, and it's profound deep sleep. It's not just, it was okay. It's like, wow. So I feel amazing. And yeah, thanks for, doing this, that we can share this with other women because people need to know.
It's absolutely my pleasure. And since you did touch on it, can you also give a little bit of a testimony of just the financial change that this has meant for your family doing the business side of LifeWave?
Wow, it has been tremendous. I was studying to be a real estate agent. I was going to do that, and I was doing my logbook, and this came across my path. Now, I've always been into helping people. It's been my purpose since I was knee high, and when this came across, I was like, this is natural. So I'm all for creating a drug-free society, and doing things naturally. And so many women get told, or put on medication for hormones, and it's not good. Neither here nor there, each to their own. So I'm not banging or putting anybody down. I just didn't want that for me. And that's why in the beginning, when I started doing this, I thought, let me just be able to please just make enough. I just want enough because I deserve to feel this way, and my family deserves to have this every day. And I thought to myself, obviously I love my husband and I love my children, and I want them to be on this journey with me. I can't be the only one patching. That's not fair. And so I immediately started patching my husband. I thought, if I can just make enough, just so that I can cover that. And I promise you, even in my first month, I made enough to cover my product. And just by telling people, hey, you got to try this. This is next level. And it's such an opportunity because it's new to South Africa. And I just thought I have a moral obligation to share this with people because it's a solution. And I just really, honestly, I really wanted to just do this enough to cover my cost. And then it just started snowballing from there. And I thought, my word, like, I haven't earned income for absolute ages. So to have 100, 200, $300 a week extra and it starts just coming in, and I'm like, wow, this is next level. Like, people want this change. So it's not a hard sell. It's not, you just speak from your heart. George and Javi and all of us say, it goes from your head to your heart, and then you share it, and then it just goes from there. And that's what I want to share with people, is that as a mother, as a wife, as a partner, I'm able to contribute. I'm able um, to contribute financially now. And that, we all say, oh, it's fine if you're not, and you stand there, and Gavin and I have always been, what's yours is yours, and what's mine, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours, and that's the way we operate, and we always have. It's never been, this is my bank account and that's yours. So it's always been, but it's so nice to be able to say, hey, babe, like, look what I've managed to do. We can fly. Let's go for a trip, or let's do this, or let's buy that thing we wanted, and that is freedom in itself. So, I mean, long may it continue. It is work. I do it. But I do also really grasp the fact that the more people I share this with that actually are helped and can make a change in their own lifestyle and their own health. If you move the dial on someone's health, like that alone just like changes you. You can't not be touched by that. And so for me, doing that, the money comes. It's like, it's there. It just comes. I never, ever, never not have money. There's always money. I look, and it's there. So remember, your words are also very powerful, right? So it's like Javi also says, don't get out of this poverty mindset, and you speak it over yourself. So for me, it's like, I can do this, and I always have money. I really always have money. There's always money to do something. There's always a way. So to people who say, oh, it's so expensive and I don't have money for this or whatever, Sandy Feast didn't even have money to pay the $25 to start. Okay, she sold stuff to be able to do the $25, and she's sitting at senior presidential director at 71 or 72 years old. Like, that is inspirational. And for me, being 46, 47, and pressing that reset button is daunting. But it's okay. And I just know at the end of the day, when this came across my path, and many say this, I'm really not copying anyone's story. When this came across my path, I said to my husband, this is it. I found the thing that's going to set us free. I have found it. This is it. And then I didn't even know about the This Is It team. And I laughed when I heard that, because it was so apt. And yeah, just from a financial point of view, all I can say is that it's well worth it. You have to put in the effort. Network works when you work. So if you don't work it, it's not going to work for you. And, if you treat it like a hobby, you will get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you will get paid like a business. It's like anything in life. So that shouldn't put people off to say that if they've only got 15 minutes in a day, or 20 minutes in a day, or 10 minutes in a day, use it, because this is honestly a business in a box. You get given the tools, you get given a manual, you get given the websites, you can go, we don't like to spoon feed. In the beginning we do, but people also need to take some responsibility for their own businesses, their own well-being. It's easy to sit back and go, oh well, they're doing it already. um, I go to work for the team. I go to work for our group. I've traveled to Jeffreys Bay. I've traveled to St. Francis to do presentations for everybody. And it doesn't matter who they are. I do presentations for the Team 333. I did one today in Bryanston. That was all for other teams and other groups. That's what we do. So it's such a community. It's so community based. And I just love that. For me, I've always been about helping others, and just seeing that reward and that, it's like George says, George is in this is a team that, as wide as you can spread your arms from one to the other, wide, wide, wide. That's how wide the potential is. Yeah, for helping people. And the more you help, the more you get rewarded. So people are so averse to the whole money thing, but we live in the physical universe. We exchange with physical money. So this is what makes things possible. We deal in the currency of money. You want food, you got to pay for it. It's not bartering. I wish it was that way, but we don't live in that society anymore. So, don't be scared. Don't be scared to want success for yourself and want money. It's not my motivation. It comes because of what we do. And for me, that's true. I feel like I'm just blessed, for lack of a better description, that, I get to do this. I get to experience this and share this with others. And the reward is greater than what the money can give you. The fact that some people are walking and some are not having seizures, and some don't have psoriasis or eczema anymore, and others can see. These are life changing, not only to them, but to me. I played a little part in that somehow, somewhere. And I truly believe my amount of moving, everyone's like, well, you move so much. Whatever. It was my journey this last year and a half. I honestly feel like I had to be in these places to meet these terrific, wonderful people. You and I would have never met, was it not for Lifeway. You know, and you, like so many, Giselle, Martisia, Chris, everybody, Mark, Mel, everybody that I meet, the people in Cape Town, Vilma, Zita, everybody. I would never have met these wonderful, wonderful people and had these stories to tell if it wasn't for LifeWave. So I'm incredibly grateful. And, there is no limit to the potential of what this can do. So it's like George says, this moves you, it moves your health, it moves your physical condition, it moves you financially. This is true, but it moves you spiritually. And people go, oh no, you don't talk like that, but it does. You can't have these experiences and not be moved by them. When somebody walks and they couldn't walk before, or they couldn't hear and now they hear, it's incredible what this can do. So
And it
for
moved
me,
you
that's true.
socially. You just said all of the friends you made, so you can add socially to it, moved you socially. So
Yeah, and it's and the personal growth that takes place within me, within you, within every individual is so magnificent, because you think, a person thinks they're not capable of, or, oh, I could never do that. But you will be surprised at your capacity for growth and your capacity of love for people and reaching out. That comes through, whether it's over a Zoom or it doesn't matter. When I meet people, and I always love meeting people and being belly to belly, as hubby says, because that is just so nice to hug and touch people and be in their space. But having said that, this is international, so I can jump on a Zoom like this to someone in Australia or New Zealand, and that's also fine. So yeah, it's opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and I'm amazed at what it has to offer and what it can offer and how my life has changed. Gavin's life has changed. Our lives have changed. And I just love it. There's just nothing that can compare to that. And I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking your time and hopping onto the Zoom with me. And yeah, seeing your smile and how this has really changed your life is uplifting for me. And I really believe it's going to be uplifting for so many other people. So thank you. Thank you for your testimony.